This your boy Jay Boogie coming back with you with another one again as promised. And we are going to talk about Jason Kidd and his contract as far as him being the highest paid assistant. My viewpoints, what are y'all's thoughts? And what does this mean for the Lakers' future? Now, as you can see that this story is from today, and it is on Bleacher Report. And right now, this is a one of one of many stories that is breaking out of Lakers camp of recent late, as far as what is going on with the Lakers. And now, as far as what this article is pertaining to, you have Shams from the Athletic and Stadium saying that the contract of Jason Kidd. Now, go ahead and shout out to Atlantic and Stadium, and Shams for breaking this news that Kidd's contract makes him the highest paid assistant in the NBA. I don't know what award do you want to give for that for a guy who's never, to be honest, like for him to get this position, it just validates, underneath my opinion, it validates the point that he is the successor to Frank Vogel. This clearly just shows this. Now I want to hear from y'all viewpoints and y'all comments about this situation, but this shows that he is going to be a head coach again, and he's going to head coach the Lakers. Now, the reason I say that is because this is an easy transition for him to cross over to being a Laker head coach wise. Now, why is it that easy? Well, I'll give you a couple of examples. Well, you wouldn't have to pay. One is that you wouldn't have to pay him an additional contract where you can easily move him in and transitioning him into that role, because Frank Vogel's contract is not expensive or lucrative whatsoever. And it's easy for him to just slide through the back door while Jason Kidd opens the front. Jason Kidd is basically getting this deal, just solidifies the fact that the incompetence of the front office of the Lakers does not know what they're doing. Like, you're paying a former head coach who everybody knows is overqualified and is over. He's not an assistant head coach. We know that. Look at his track record. You can clearly see why they paid him that. He coached the Milwaukee Bucks to what they were to now. You see the finished product, which is with Mike Budenholzer. And we can all say the same thing for what Mark Jackson did with the Warriors, having a young Steph, having a young Clay, having a young Draymond. And he was the one that came out and said that Clay and Steph would be the best shooting duo of all time in his eyes. And those are living attestments of his word to see what they are now. But the second viewpoint of this is that Lakers knew for a fact that Jason Kidd was on their radar from the beginning. Jason Kidd was on their radar, and them paying him this money just proves to the point that they wanted to give him that. They wanted to start him off as a head coach, but through rumblings through the NBA as far as, oh well, you know, he has a bad history as far as his off court problems and that nature and all that, like that was enough viewpoint for him to just get an assistant coaching job, which does not make any sense, because if that was so bad for him and y'all seen it as a big stain in his resume, then why even bring him to the front office in the first place? Or why even have him part of the Lakers organization in the first place? Which makes no sense. So the Lakers decided to, you know what? Let's not make him the head coach, but let's still have him around and see if he can potentially be a head coach. So basically, Frank Vogel, this is your successor. If you don't have validation, then this right here, this deal is validation now. Like, the Lakers front office is very awkward. That's the best way I can put it. They're very awkward and they're very strange on how they're doing deals. Like, you're paying Jason Kidd the highest paid assistant head coach. Like, that is something to be proud of. You're paying a former head coach money to be an assistant coach, just so he can, when the ship does start to sink, he's going to come back in and try to save the day, which makes no sense. So he's what he is now, the highest paid assistant head coach. I don't know who would want that title, but he's that. I just want to see where is this going to go. I mean, I did a last video. Check out my last video I just did, as far as we just pretty much hired Lionel Hollins, another former head coach. I think that it's a good hire. I wouldn't say the greatest hire, but it's a good hire, just on the fact that Lionel Hollins is not going to take crap from nobody. And he's going to hold you accountable just as Frank Vogel is. So with this staff, I can see that the direction that they're taking is sternness and accountability that I can see so far. Now, these head coaches are going to hold you accountable for your play on the court. They're not taking no shortcuts around it, no matter who you are. Frank Vogel knows LeBron as far as the battles that he has taken with LeBron, and when LeBron was with the Lakers, was with the Pacers, but he's not going to take him lightly, no matter how many years he's in the league. I mean, LeBron, he's getting older, but he's still going to hold you accountable for your defense. Like, he's not going to overwork you, but he's going to hold, as long as you're on the court for him, he's going to hold you accountable. And that's the same thing to Lionel Hollins. And I read a comment, which was funny to me, as far as people saying, like, Jason Kidd is going to stab Frank Vogel in the back. And I don't feel like Jason Kidd is going to do that. I feel like the front office incompetence over what is going on. You can add the Magic Johnson situation going on as well. You could throw that in the pot. But the incompetence of the Lakers, I wouldn't be surprised if Frank Vogel is out within a year and a half. If this season doesn't go good, I can see Frank Vogel getting, like, he is the scapegoat. Everybody knows that whenever a team does not do good, the first thing that's always gone is the head coach. And usually the person that comes and be their successor is the person that's right on the bench with them. So we all know that. So this is just valid viewpoints of why Jason Kidd being the highest paid assistant coach in the NBA is just validation to show that he is going to be the next head coach. So y'all give me your thoughts. Like, subscribe, comment on this video. Check me out, Jay Boogie. Y'all have a great day. And we'll be back again with some more news. And with that, enjoy.